Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for listening and watching and viewing, and welcome to today's podcast. I wanted to make a new video where we can talk about more music, and I want you guys to definitely check out Patreon or Spotify and be able to look at anything exclusive that I put on there. I truly appreciate it. So today we are going to talk about Destiny Fulfilled by Destiny's Child. So we already talked about Destiny's Child, the debut album. We talked about The Writings on the Wall, and we talked about Survivor. I did not talk about their Christmas album. I feel like I want to talk about that maybe later on down the year when we're close to Christmas. Why not? I mean, we could talk about it, but I just think it's a little too soon. You know, we just had the 4th of July, so don't worry about that album for right now. But yes, I want to say thank you so much for subscribing and listening as well, and watching. I truly appreciate it. And yeah, let's get into it. So Destiny Fulfilled is the 5th and final studio album by American girl group Destiny's Child. It was released on November 8th, 2004 by Columbia Records and Sony Urban Music. Following the conclusion of promotional activities for their globally successful third studio album, Survivor, 2001, Destiny's Child embarked on a 2-year hiatus during which each member released solo albums to varying levels of success. They reunited in the summer of 2004 to record Destiny Fulfilled, primarily at the Sony Music Studios in New York City. Unlike the group's previous recordings, the album saw each member equally contributing to the songwriting and production, drawing inspiration from the events in their lives while being apart. So, from their hiatus, everyone had been able to breathe. I'm not going to say their own air, but I mean, we kind of all do that anyway. But they were able to kind of just go and say, you know what? My focus isn't the group right now. Okay, and why not? You know, they're women now. They're women. They're adults, and I think it was just at a time where we had to appreciate that. Had to appreciate the fact that, you know, they did give us music. They gave us content. They gave us music videos. They gave us a timeline, so we can chill. You know, and 47 minutes, and yes, executive producing Destiny Fulfilled alongside their manager Matthew Knowles. Destiny's Child further worked with frequent collaborators such as Rockwilder and Rodney Jerkins, as well as several new ones including Ninth Wonder, Sean Garrett, and Rich Harrison. Their efforts resulted with an R&B record further exploring genres such as crunk, dance, hip-hop, and funk. Lyrically a concept album, each of its tracks is a continuation of its predecessor, although telling a complete story tracing a woman's relationship journey. The balladry and lyrical content were met with generally mixed reviews from music critics, who nevertheless praised the equality of contributions among members and their vocal performances. So what it's kind of telling me is people were kind of getting used to more of being the forefront, with it being mixed. Do I agree with that? What I will say is this album needed to be what it is. You know, I'm not gonna say that people can't feel that, oh, you know, Beyonce should have been singing a little bit more. We already had Dangerously in Love. It's like, that's not the point. This is a group effort, and why not have everybody contribute and everybody show themselves in a group, you know? And that's what they were truly wanting to do since day one, and they were able to actually have that space to do it in the way of a trio, as they already have done before. So, a highly anticipated comeback album, Destiny Fulfilled went through several release date alterations due to a concern over internet leaks. Ultimately, being released a day earlier. Its street date violation resulted with a premature debut at number 19 on the US Billboard 200. So street date, in business, a street date is the date a particular product is to be released for sale to the general public. So they were supposed to release the album November 7th. November 9th, and it came out November 8th. And because it was released so soon, as opposed to people not knowing that it was already out, it didn't sell as well as it could have. I mean, that's just what they just read to me. That's what we're hearing. That's what we see. And I can't say that it's wrong because they did not do that. I don't think they did that the other time. So this wasn't necessarily a rushed album, but they definitely wanted it out. The album sales were principally unaffected by the unconventional release, as it subsequently peaked at number 2, selling 558,000 units within its first 8 days of release, and went on to be certified triple platinum by the Recording Academy. So what it's pretty much saying here is, if they did release it the day of, it wouldn't have had to debut so far into 19, because within the time that it was released, it went to number 2. So it was just like the sales that they would have had more of if it were to have been released on the 9th would have been different. And so what also kind of, because at the time when it came out, yes, I seen it in Walmart. I got it in Walmart. I did. I was like, oh my God, like, they're back. Me and my sister, we were like, wait, is this really like a new Destiny's Child album? And he was like, yes. No, look at the back. They're looking at us, like, you know, they're like, look at the track list. Unfortunately, the track list wasn't as long, but hey, sorry, y'all. But yes, let's keep reading here. The album sales were, Despite its mixed critical reception, the album garnered 5 Grammy Award nominations, including Best Contemporary R&B Album, one of the best-selling girl groups, one of the best-selling girl group albums of all time. The album has sold over 7 million copies worldwide. Okay. Destiny Fulfilled produced 4 singles, Lose My Breath and Soldier, both peaked at number 3 on the US Hot 100, and achieved widespread international commercial success. Girl peaked only at number 23 on the Hot 100, but was a top 10 hit in Australia, Ireland, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom. Meanwhile, Cater to You fared better on the US Hot 100, peaking at number 14. Destiny's Child further promoted the album with their 3rd world tour, Destiny Fulfilled and Lovin' It, 2005, during the tour's Pala Sant Jordi show in Barcelona. On June 11, 2005, the group announced their disbandment. They formally disbanded following the release of the live album Live in Atlanta. So they formally disbanded. Live in Atlanta features Destiny's Child performing live in Atlanta, Georgia at Phillips Arena on July 15, 2005 during their Destiny Fulfilled and Lovin' It, which sponsored by McDonald's. It is also known as the last tour of Destiny's Child. It has been released on March 28, 2006. And is it just me, but was McDonald's and other things kind of better back in the day? Like, I don't know, like the pepper and all that, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, I don't know. I ain't had really fast food like that. I don't really have it as much as I used to. But they said March 28, 2006, so that's when they officially was done. But by the sake of them saying it in Barcelona, June 11, 2005, it was just letting people know pretty much worldwide, like, you know, within a year's time, we ain't gonna be together no more. But yeah, Yes, guys. In April 2001, Destiny's Child released their album Survivor. The idea of solo albums emanated from the group's manager and Beyonce's father, Matthew Knowles. Kelly Rowland further explained in an interview that Destiny's Child had been present in the media for a long time, and they wanted to give the public eye a rest from DC for a minute. Yeah. And it was Beyonce that announced that Destiny's Child would eventually embark on a hiatus, which would allow each member to release a solo album, which they hoped would further increase interest in the group. So yeah, they would have wanted to have a better way to go solo, but that was like their way of doing it. They wanted to at least release albums, tour, get a feel of what it is as far as the stardom and being a superstar as a group, as opposed to, okay, we can have them miss us a little bit together. And yeah, I mean, to this day we miss them together. We don't see them together no more. During that same interview, she acknowledged that the trio would reunite during the fall of 2003 to start recording a new album. So yeah, during the hiatus, Michelle Williams released 2 gospel studio albums, Heart to Yours and Do You Know. The former peaked atop the U.S. Billboard Top Gospel Albums chart, becoming 2002's best-selling gospel album, with over 220,000 copies sold in the U.S. and 500,000 worldwide. Further, Williams won a British MOBO Award for Best Gospel Act in 2002 and made her Broadway debut as the lead in the musical Aida on November 18, 2003. So that's insight on Michelle here from the release, as far as before they came back, because releasing 2 gospel albums, okay, and I think it was Heart to Yours that went yeah, I think it was Heart to Yours that had went number 1 on the gospel charts. Yeah, let me see. I just want to make sure, y'all. Yeah. So with Billboard, it was 57 for the 200 chart, but top gospel albums, it went number 1. So, you know, she was doing really well with that, and made a name for herself doing gospel, you know. Although Beyonce's solo album was initially scheduled for October 2002. Okay, so she was supposed to be back. Like not when I say back, because she is very much Beyonce now. But I'm saying, because I know whoever hears this is going to be like, well, wait a minute. Yeah, she's supposed to be back. What, we got Cowboy Carter, and it's like, yeah. But listen, we're talking 2002 here. Its release was postponed due to the success of Kelly Rowland's collaboration with Nelly. Dilemma, which peaked atop the U.S. Hot 100 for an accumulative 10 weeks and won a Grammy Award for Best Rap Song Performance at the Grammys. So Beyonce was going to have her album out by the fall. By the fall, whether we have Michelle going off with gospel, like I said, or Kelly being listened to on the radio with Nelly for over 2 months. Okay? So it's just like Beyonce is sitting back like, I'm gonna make sure I do this and put this together in a different time. I think these are for my sisters. This 2002 is clearly for my sisters. Let me just get into 2003. Okay? Period. So, therefore, Roland's pop rock oriented solo debut, Simply Deep, was moved up to October ahead of Beyonce's album. So we will talk about Simply Deep, okay? We will talk October 22nd. Yes, we will talk about Simply Deep. We will make time for it. Simply Deep debuted at number 12 on the US Billboard 200. I guess we are talking about it, shoot. And has gone on to be certified gold by the Recording Academy, selling over 600,000 copies in the US and over 2.5 million worldwide. Beyonce, who was the last member to release an album, was regarded the most successful with Dangerously in Love, 2003. The album debuted at the top of the US Billboard 200, enjoying international commercial success and widespread critical acclaim. Furthermore, it produced 2 Hot 100 #1 hits, Crazy in Love and Baby Boy, and won 5 Grammy Awards at the 46th Grammy Awards 2004. So, Kelly received another Grammy a year prior, and then Beyonce gets 5 a year later, okay? Causing Beyonce to tie for winning the most Grammy Awards at a single ceremony among women. The members' respective solo achievements led to intense speculation over the disbandment of Destiny's Child. In July 2004, amidst the rumors, Roland announced the group's return to the studio to record Destiny Fulfilled. The group claimed the reunion was destined to happen and that their affinity for each other kept them together. Like I was saying, like, because they went solo, because they were able to just branch their wings and really be artists of their own right, it helped them be able to be like, girl, where you been? No, where you been? You know what I mean? Like, it's time to come back. So, yes, let's talk about the songs. Let's see. So track 1 is Lose My Breath. So that's legendary song. It just hit me, you know, just they dancing, they singing, they all over, they wearing different outfits, and it was a great video and a great song, still is. And yeah, just get into that song, okay? And then Soldier, which is track 2 featuring T.I. and Lil Wayne. Now, that also had a guest appearance of Solange, who was pregnant at the time with Beyonce's nephew. And, you know, it's something because we're talking 2004. That was almost 20 years ago. So Beyonce's nephew is grown, okay? So, you know, again, like there's so much time that's happened and changed things, and things that have changed within time. But it's just, and mind you, you know, Solange herself was able to embark on a solo career and did very well and has a Grammy. Listen, we can talk about Solange too, we will. And then, yes, track 3 is Cater to You, which is a great song. Track 4 is T-Shirt. Now, I feel like that's a song that people know, but it's underrated. Like, no one listens to it enough, and I'm not happy about that. Like, y'all can listen to that a little bit more. Like, just let me stop. Is She the Reason? Track 5. That's slept on. And y'all can listen to that more, because I think there was a lot of feelings that all of them were feeling, and just was like, get it out. Track 6, Girl. You know, that's their song to let them as a group know. And even for Latavia and Latoya, who they weren't a part of this, but it resonates for them now, with them healing and being able to communicate again. Yes. May have even been an ode to them, all of them, just like we're all here together, you know. 7, Bad Habit, Kelly Rowland solo. So this is the shift of the album that, you know, a lot of people were like, wait a minute, Kelly is like singing the whole song, okay? And why not? And Solange was part of the writing process for this song too. Like I said, like, you know, like people were working together. Shoot. And then and yes, Bad Habit is a great song. It lets people know that Kelly, as Michelle and as Beyonce, they all have their own minds. And they all went through their own things. Track 8 is If. I think that's slept on. Very underrated. Track 9, Free. That's definitely, like, y'all slept on Free. I could listen to Free, be by the beach, or have a nice, drink, or, just be in a nice calm setting. And even though it's about just moving on and being happy, it's still like, a fun song to listen to. Being on the road too. I'm pleasant like that. There's track 10, Through With Love. Now that song, Through With Love, okay. Now, someone or people made them angry, okay? Like, I'm done with you. I don't need to be dealing with this. I don't need to feel insecure. I don't need to be feeling odd about myself. I do so much for me, just trying to be me. Why are you not appreciating and acknowledging that is weird. It's weird because you shouldn't be wanting people to do that for you and not do it for others. That you have to reciprocate what's given, always. Because that's how the world goes round. People lose sight of that. You can't just run around, give, I need. No, it ain't just about you. We all need something. We all need to give something too. Shoot. And then, which gives clarity with track 11, Love. Like, Love is also a slept and not looked at enough. Like, that's a really great song. And it's soothing, and it really brings out 2004, like, the simple times. Like, you didn't need to get all the expensive this and no. Like, you can really wear something really nice and casual and really rock it and really look good. And I just kind of miss those times. Not even just for that sake of looking, but just intellect and how the dialogue too. Like, not everybody was so mean. Not everybody was so, like, desensitized or maybe too sensitive to take it into a game, rather. Like, no, like, not everybody was always like that. But yes, track 12, which was the international edition bonus track, Game Over. Then there's the Japanese edition bonus tracks, Got My Own, Game Over, and then 14 is Why You Actin'. I ain't heard Got My Own and Why You Actin', so I'm gonna have to look at those and get back to y'all. And then there's the dual disc edition bonus tracks, the Destiny's Child interview, Lose My Breath music video, Soldier music video, Game Over, Why You Actin'. Okay, so they added the music videos for that. The Walmart exclusive bonus track, bonus disc. So this is what I got. Okay, I had heard My Man 2-Step. So track 1's My Man, 2 Steps, track 2, Survivor extended remix featuring Debrat. Like, I heard that too. What's It Gonna Be? That's track 4. And then 5, Independent Women Part 2. And no, I was not gonna just skip What's It Gonna Be. What's It Gonna Be is now a single that we can be able to really consume. But it technically was, if Beyonce were to have What's It Gonna Be on the album, where Kelly has that habit. It just was ending up being a bonus track. But even if I read up more on What's It Gonna Be, it actually was supposed to also be on Dangerously in Love. Yes. So when I go to What's It Gonna Be, they literally take me to the album. Yeah. They just take me to the album to pretty much let me know, like, it was supposed to be part of the album. It wasn't released with the album at the time, but now it is literally a part of and attached to the album because it is a part of that era, which is fairly fine. But yes, I had the bonus Walmart edition, the exclusive edition from Walmart. I still got it up here somewhere. But yes, guys, it did really well as far as just letting people know that they weren't going to be together for a while or at all. They did release a #1s album just so people would know, like, no, these songs, they're all #1s, they're us. You don't got to go from album to album here, and of course, original members was able to know and understand that they were going to be, compensated for that because their vocals are on the album. I mean, on the, you know, the greatest hits. So, but yes, guys, this has been a great video episode. I'm glad you guys have been able to enjoy it. And as far as talking about more music, we will. And if you have checked out B-Day, which I've already talked about, and Dangerously in Love, you will hear and see where I already talked about Beyonce's timeline from this. So being able to do this is kind of piecing in all my other episodes. So thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it, and I will be back with